Everyone says one meal a day works because it cuts calories and burns fat. And for men, that's mostly true. But if you're a woman following that same advice, you're not just on the wrong plan. You're sending your body a signal that triggers the exact opposite of what you want. And the longer you do it without understanding this, the harder it gets to fix. You're told it reduces insulin, boosts mental clarity, and helps you lose weight faster. But your female body doesn't read one meal a day as an opportunity to burn fat. It reads it as a threat. And the response it triggers, hormonally, metabolically, neurologically, is something no one is talking about. That's exactly what we're going to break down today. What actually happens inside a woman's body, hour by hour, when she eats only once a day. The real risks, the red flags most women miss. And if you still want to try it, the only way to do it that actually works with your biology instead of against it. My name is Jessica. For over 15 years, I've helped women stop following advice that was never designed for them and start making decisions based on how their bodies actually work. Small shifts, real results. Let's start with what happens in the first 24 hours and why it hits women completely differently than men. When a woman starts a 23-hour fast, her body immediately reads it differently than a man's body does. A man's body interprets fasting as hunt mode. His testosterone stays stable. Cortisol spikes briefly, then settles, and his metabolism often increases. He becomes sharper and quickly pivots to burning fat. A woman's body asks a different question. Is this environment safe enough to maintain fertility? Your female body has a hypersensitive energy monitoring system. It watches how much food comes in, how often, and uses that data to decide if the environment is stable enough to support ovulation, menstruation, and pregnancy. In those first 24 hours, your body runs a threat assessment. Cortisol rises more sharply than in men. Insulin drops, but thyroid hormone, T3, also starts pulling back, not dramatically, but enough to slow your metabolism as a precaution. Your reproductive hormones start paying attention, because if this looks like famine, your body will downregulate fertility to conserve resources. This is why you might feel completely different from men who thrive on one meal a day. You might feel irritable. Your cortisol is elevated and blood sugar is swinging. You might feel foggy. Your brain hasn't switched to ketones yet, and your body is hesitant to release stored energy. You might feel cold. Your thyroid is already slowing down. And you might feel intensely hungry in a way that feels primal, because that hunger is hormonal. It's your body saying, I need more information before I decide this is safe. Meanwhile, the man next to you feels energized and clear, and you wonder what's wrong with you. Nothing is wrong with you. Your body is responding to different priorities. Most one-meal-a-day advice treats fasting as purely metabolic. Eat less often, burn more fat. But for women, it's hormonal and reproductive. It's a conversation between your eating pattern and every system designed to protect your long-term survival. If one meal a day felt like your body was fighting you, this is why. You weren't doing it wrong. Your body was protecting you from what it perceived as a threat. Whether that perception continues or resolves depends on what happens next, the metabolic switch. There's a moment when your body decides whether to actually burn fat on this pattern or hold on to it tighter. That decision doesn't happen in 24 hours. It happens over weeks, based on signals you might not realize you're sending. Men typically enter ketosis between 12 and 16 hours of fasting. Their metabolic switch flips relatively quickly. For women, the switch is delayed and conditional. Your body doesn't just run out of glycogen and start burning fat. It first checks with your thyroid, adrenal glands, and reproductive system. It asks, do we have enough reserves? Is stress controlled? Is the environment stable? If yes, if your body feels safe, it grants permission for the switch. You enter ketosis, your brain runs on ketones, and you access stored fat efficiently. If no, if cortisol is chronically elevated, you're undereating, sleep is poor, or you're overexercising, your body says, not yet, we're holding this fat as insurance. This is where women get stuck. They fast 23 hours, eat clean, follow the protocol perfectly, but don't lose fat. They might even gain it. especially around the midsection, because their body is running on stress hormones and storing fat as protection. Two women, same age and weight, both try one meat a day. Woman A sleeps well, manages stress with walks and boundaries, and eats a large satisfying dinner. Protein, fats, carbs. She's not restricting, she's nourishing. After 7 to 10 days, her body adapts. Cortisol stabilizes. Her thyroid says, we have enough. We can burn fat. The switch flips. She loses weight steadily. Energy improves. Focus sharpens. Woman B is stressed, sleeps 5 to 6 hours, does intense fasted workouts, and eats a small salad with chicken because she thinks less food equals faster results. Her body reads this as crisis. Cortisol stays high. Thyroid downregulates. Reproductive hormones pull back. The switch never flips. Her body holds onto fat, especially visceral fat. She's exhausted, frustrated, and confused. Same protocol, opposite outcomes. Because the metabolic switch for women isn't about fasting duration, it's about the context around the fast. This explains wildly different experiences online. Some women thrive, others crash. Both are truthful. The difference is whether their body granted permission for the switch. This is something you can influence, but it requires understanding what your body needs to feel safe. The benefits can be profound, but they only appear under specific conditions most women don't know about. But before show these conditions, let's explain the possible benefits. Deep insulin sensitivity. 20+ hours of low insulin allows cells to become more sensitive again, crucial for women with insulin resistance, especially after 30, pregnancies, or during perimenopause. Reduced inflammation. Fewer meals means your immune system gets long rest periods, significantly reducing chronic inflammation, helpful for autoimmune conditions, joint pain, or gut issues. Mental clarity. Once your body switches to burning fat and producing ketones, your brain runs beautifully on that clean, steady fuel. Sharper thinking, better mood stability, less fog. Autophagy. Extended fasting activates cellular cleanup, breaking down damaged cells, recycling proteins, clearing metabolic waste. This peaks around 16 to 20 hours. Simplification. No breakfast prep, no lunch packing, no constant food decisions. For women juggling everything, this mental space can feel like genuine relief. But these benefits only show up when certain conditions are in place. You must eat enough in your one meal, not a small salad. A full, nourishing meal meeting or exceeding your caloric needs, 1,400 to 2,000 calories depending on activity. Protein, fats, fiber, and carbohydrates. Yes, carbs. Women need them for thyroid function and hormone production. You must manage stress outside of fasting. One meal a day is a beneficial stressor, but if you're maxed out with work stress, poor sleep, intense exercise, or emotional overwhelm, adding one meal a day tips you into chronic stress. Cortisol stays elevated. Benefits don't appear. Your cycle must stay regular, if premenopausal. Non-negotiable. If your period becomes irregular or stops, your body is saying it doesn't feel safe maintaining reproductive function. For postmenopausal women, watch energy, sleep, body temperature, and mood. One meal a day is often marketed as universal, but for women, it's contextual. It can be a powerful metabolic tool, but only inside a framework of nourishment, low stress, and hormonal safety. It's not punishment. It's not a way to eat less. It's a timing strategy that works beautifully for some women under the right conditions. When those conditions aren't in place, the risks outweigh the benefits. Here's the paradox. Women choose one meal a day to lose weight, then think, if eating once a day is good, eating once and eating less must be better. They fast 23 hours, already a significant metabolic signal. Then eat a small meal, a salad, chicken, vegetables, under 1,000 or 1,200 calories. They're proud of their discipline, but they're sending a double scarcity signal. One meal a day says, food is only available once a day. Adding a small meal says, and when it's available, there isn't much. Your body reads this as severe famine, not a challenge, a crisis. When a woman's body perceives famine, 3 things happen. Thyroid downregulates. Your metabolism slows to conserve energy. You burn fewer calories, feel colder, feel more tired. Weight loss stalls despite eating very little. Cortisol stays chronically elevated. Long-term cortisol promotes fat storage, especially visceral belly fat. This is why some women gain belly fat on one meal a day while barely eating. Reproductive hormones pull back. If there's not enough food to support you, there's not enough to support pregnancy. Ovulation stops. Progesterone drops. Estrogen becomes erratic. Your cycle becomes irregular or disappears. This is metabolic adaptation. Your body doing exactly what it's designed to do in scarcity. Week 1 of one meal a day. You feel okay? Maybe good. You lose water weight. Feel lighter, less bloated. By week 3 or 4, something shifts. You're exhausted constantly. Cold when everyone else is comfortable. Obsessing about food. When your eating window comes, you feel out of control. You're not losing weight anymore. The scale might be going up. And you can't understand why, because you're eating so little. This is survival mode. Your body isn't burning fat. It's defending it. The harder you restrict, the more your body resists. Because restriction is the threat, not the fasting window, the undereating. One meal a day is not a calorie restriction tool. It's a meal timing tool. If you eat once a day, that meal must be big and nourishing. It must fuel your metabolism, hormones, brain, immune function, and cellular repair. Most women need 1,400 to 1,800 calories minimum. Active women need more. From real, whole foods, protein, healthy fats, fiber, and carbohydrates. If you've done one meal a day with small meals and felt worse, you're not failing. You're undereating. Your body is responding appropriately to scarcity. The fix isn't more discipline. It's more food. If you're still curious about one meal a day and want to test it safely, here's exactly how, with clear red flags and a protocol designed to protect your metabolism and hormones. One meal a day should be an experiment, not a lifestyle commitment. You're testing how your body responds in this season of your life, tracking data carefully to make an informed decision. Before you start, build fasting tolerance gradually. Start with 14:10 for 2 weeks, then 16:8 for 2 weeks, then 18:6. This gives your body time to adapt without shock. Establish baseline metrics, current energy levels, menstrual cycle regularity and length, sleep quality, morning body temperature, low temps signal thyroid slowdown, mood, skin, and hair quality. Write it down for comparison. During the experiment, 4 to 6 week window, eat one large complete meal daily, 25-40 g protein, healthy fats, avocado, nuts, olive oil, fatty fish, fiber from vegetables, and carbohydrates, rice, potatoes, fruit, whole grains. Don't fear carbs. Women need them. Aim for maintenance calories. 400-2, 000 plus, depending on size and activity. Less than that is undereating. Choose your eating window strategically. Evening meals often work better for women. They're social, relaxing, and don't spike cortisol like breaking fast during a stressful workday. Track weekly. Energy, sleep, period regularity, most important marker for premenopausal women. Body temperature, mood stability, hair thickness, skin quality. Success scenario. You build up gradually, start one meal a day, and by week 3 notice clearer skin, better focus, less bloating. Your cycle comes on time. You sleep well. Body temp is normal. You eat a big dinner nightly, salmon, roasted vegetables, sweet potato, avocado, fruit. You're satisfied and feel good. At week 6, you take a refeed week. Your body handles it well. You decide to cycle, 4 weeks on, 1 week off. This rhythm works. Or, you start one meal a day. Week 2, sleep deteriorates. Week 3, period is 5 days late. Week 4, you're exhausted, cold, irritable. You stop immediately. Return to 3 meals. Within 2 weeks, sleep improves. Next period comes on time. Energy stabilizes. You've learned your body doesn't do well with one meal a day right now. That's also a successful experiment. The goal isn't proving you can do one meal a day. It's discovering whether it serves your body. One meal a day is a tool, not a moral test or measure of discipline. It's not right for every woman, in every season, under every condition. Your job is to approach it with curiosity, track data, and decide based on what your body tells you, not what someone else's body told them. If one meal a day works within the right conditions, it can be powerful. If it doesn't, that's not failure. That's clarity. For a recovery strategy, you can plan to refeed weeks every 4 to 6 weeks. Return to 2 to 3 meals daily for a full week. See how your body responds. If red flags appear, immediately return to normal eating. No shame. You gathered valuable information about what your body needs. So here's what you need to remember. When a woman eats only once a day, her body isn't just tracking time or calories. It's reading signals about safety. And whether one meal a day works for you depends entirely on whether your body feels safe enough to adapt. The metabolic switch is real, but it's conditional. The benefits are real, but they require the right context. And the biggest mistake isn't fasting too long. It's undereating while you fast. One meal a day isn't the only way to solve your fat-burning problem. Several other hormones are involved in the process. So, if you're stuck on fat loss, watch the next video on the screen. And if you know another woman who's confused about one meal a day or frustrated by conflicting advice, share this with her. Thanks for being here. I'll see you in the next one.